Hi, this is Mrs. Lopez from Mountain View, come to talk about summary in 5th grade. So summary, when we're looking at it, there is a difference between summarizing an informational text and summarizing in literature. So right now we're going to focus on summarizing in literature. And the secure skills are to determine which elements of fiction are important in the summary. So examples would be the characters, setting, events, and symbolism. The second secure skill is to summarize using the elements in fiction that are important to the story. So there might be 20 different characters in your story, but do you really need to name each of them by name and describe them to give an effective sum up of what really happened in the story? It's also possible that there's small events that happen in the story that might add interest to the story, but aren't important when you're summarizing it. So the vocab to know, elements of fiction, the important parts including character, setting, and plot, and the objective. What objective means here, this is going to the developing skill, create a summary that does not include personal opinions or judgment. Objective means a person or judgment not influenced by personal feelings or opinions in considering and representing the facts. So when you're retelling a story, when you're making a summary and you're retelling it, it's can you stay away from giving personal judgment about the character, or even about the story itself. If you're saying, oh, well, I really didn't like this story because it didn't include my favorite characters and I'd really rather stay with them and not read this story, that has nothing to do with telling someone what actually happened in the story. To show that you understand a story, or just to give someone a quick idea of what a story or text is about, you sometimes need a summary. A summary tells that the main idea of what happened, making sure to include the most important details. Summaries are in your own words, not the exact words of the text. So some tips for a literature summary. The name of the story and the theme should be part of your topic sentence. Include the main events of the story, making sure to include events that relate to the theme. Do not rewrite the original piece. Write using your own words. Keep your summary short. Read with who, what, when, where, why, and how questions in mind, and do not put your opinion in the issue or topic discussed in the original piece. Now, theme is something that you learned previously in other grades, and we're going to go into more depth about theme later in 5th grade. So right now, if we focus more on the main thing that happened in the story rather than the theme, that's an acceptable place for us to start with right now, and then we'll dig deeper into theme and pull this back into our summary of literature later this year. So here's our example story that we're going to use to write a 2-sentence summary. Nick got the skateboard he asked for, but he felt very frustrated when he kept falling after a few feet. This looks so easy, but it's not. I have no skateboarding skills at all, he complained. Even though he was frustrated, he kept trying each weekend. Every Saturday he got further down the street before he fell again. By the end of spring, Nick was able to skate all the way around the block. He was even able to go as fast as his brother running the dog. On downhill slopes at least. So if we take this and look at the story and then try to just put it into 2 sentences, what happened, what's it about? We're going to come up with, Nick worked through his struggles with the skateboard. He was frustrated, but he kept trying until he was able to make it around the block. And that's a short way to say what happened, and it answers who it was about, what they were doing, and where. Does it answer when? No, but that wasn't really that important in the story.